This thing is going in the skip. Good riddance. Happy New Year, I'm Dan Jackson and welcome to my channel, Dan's the Engineer. Now I'm not going to lie, it's January, you've been back a few days at work already and I am struggling to get into the swing of things. I was off quite a lot in December. As you know, I was in the US, in Florida, had a great time with my family. Then I was back at work for a week and then it was Christmas. So I hope you had a great Christmas and New Year. I've set a few goals for myself for this year. I want to continue promoting high standards and safe working practices, doing a lot with E5, so look out for that. I want to travel more with my family. We love traveling. We really liked our holiday. We don't do it enough, to be honest, so even long weekends and things like that. I also want to continue doing some form of training this year. I like to do a few courses each year. I am also continuing doing CPD. There's a lot of free online stuff that you can do. And most importantly, obviously, I want to continue with my YouTube channel. I want to post regularly like I have been. The more you guys are watching and commenting and sharing my videos, it does encourage me. So yeah, thanks for everyone who watches the videos. I appreciate all the comments and you taking time to watch the videos, and I hope they're helpful as well. That's the important thing. So yeah, let me know your 2018 goals. Put them in the comments below. Oh, hang on, I've just got to show you something. The absolute state of it, honestly. It's going in a skip in a minute. Last night I had a call from a sort of a partner alarm company. We do their fire alarms, and they said they've got a client who they don't maintain the fire alarm system, somebody else does, and the client wants to remove the fire alarm system. Can you believe it? They actually want to remove their fire alarm system, so they haven't got anything. So this is a multi-story, multi-purpose building. It's mainly residential, but it's got retail units underneath. It's got a car park, I think in the basement or something like that. They want to remove their fire alarm system because of the issues they're having with it. It's always in fault. They get false alarms all the time. So the maintenance company have come along and they've turned it off. So they currently don't have fire detection and alarm system in their property. I mean, how would you feel if you lived in quite a large complex knowing there wasn't a fire alarm system? I would not be happy in the slightest. Even if during the middle of the day and you was fully aware of your surroundings and stuff like that, fires can still occur. Even at night, you're even more vulnerable because you're asleep. You don't know what's going on. And as I keep saying to you, the reaction time is absolutely critical in a fire. It's about getting that fire detected as soon as possible, and the next steps are the vital steps of getting out of the property. I just cannot believe the attitude. I mean, this is sort of the management company has said this. I mean, apparently it's high-end residential area, and also, as you can imagine, there's a lot of beeping going on with the panel when it's in fault and whatever, and with the false alarms, and that's why the residents are complaining and getting annoyed. This is the complete opposite of what should be done. And to be honest, post-Grenfell, that's the first time I've ever heard that. It's usually the opposite. People's attitudes have slightly changed a little bit, and they're making sure that their fire alarm system is working, so the attitude is slightly changing. But this one is completely the opposite. They're saying we don't want one. I mean, I just think it's utterly crazy, and a poor lack of education, poor management. I've been called in to basically talk to them, and first of all, we've got to look at the fire alarm system to see what's going on. Can we salvage what we've got? And if not, we'll have to, maybe make some upgrades. If, who knows yet? I need to go see it. But what we can't do is be in a situation where clients are thinking, the fire alarm's just a nuisance, let's just get rid of it. It's there to save bloody lives. I mean, I cannot believe I'm hearing, what I heard last night. Yeah, so I'm going to have a chat with them and talk to them. So it's sort of spurred on to make this video. Do I need a fire alarm? Do I need a fire alarm system? So the responsible persons of the property, whether it's an employer, landlord or whatever, have a legal obligation to making sure that they're complying with the Regulatory Reform Fire Safety Order 2005. Now, if you're not familiar with that, you can download it online. I'm going to put a link in the descriptions below where you can read that. It's free. So, you haven't got to buy it. You can look at it online. There's no excuse. But also, IFSEC Global have a webinar which is run by the FPA. I think it's about an hour long, but it talks you through the basics of the order. It's good to watch, actually. I mean, because it's a webinar, there's a little bit of pause in here and there, but I've sat through and watched the whole thing. And if you watch it, you can record it as CPD as well. So I'll put a link in the descriptions so you can have a look at that. In Articles 13 of the order, it sets out and talks about firefighting equipment and detection. And it basically says a property needs needs to have suitable firefighting equipment and detection. How do you determine that? Now, it comes down to a risk assessment. A legal obligation is that properties should have a fire risk assessment and it should be reviewed. It's down to responsible persons of the property to making sure those procedures are in place and it's being carried out. You need to get a fire risk assessor. It can be in-house if they're competent, but this is the important thing. They've got to be competent. That's something I can touch on another time. Or you can get a third-party company in to do a fire risk assessment for you. Now, there are loads of different types of fire alarm systems. There's different grades, which goes from, lone battery detectors to a full fire alarm panel and system like what we've got in the office here. The fire risk assessor will be the one who determines what is suitable and what is not suitable for your property. And they'll give you a category to tell you the level of protection. Now, the category is how many detectors you need. I talk about this a lot in another video, which I will put a little link up there that you can click on to watch. The minimum is escape routes, and then you've got the escape routes plus rooms off the escape routes, then that plus high risk areas and so forth, and then you've got an L1, which is pretty much everywhere. Failure to comply with the mandates of the order can lead to a heavy fine and imprisonment. It's a legal obligation to making sure that you're doing that. So when people say, do I need a fire alarm system? To me, I'm a fire alarm installer. It's not down to me to determine that. You have a fire risk assessment done and they will determine what you need. You have to make sure that you conform with the order. There's also other videos by the FIA. They do a lot of videos on this sort of thing about landlords' responsibilities, fire safety responsibilities. So check out their YouTube channel as well. So when I speak to this client who wanted to rip out their fire alarm system, I'm going to make sure email them the documents so they can read them, and then they can make their mind up whether they want to remove their fire alarm system or keep it turned off, or if they want us to do something with it. There's a suitable fire alarm system to pretty much every single environment in the UK. There's no excuse. Some more harsh environments may need something a little bit more non-standard. Another really, really important thing is and this is what the changes to BS5839 Part 1 have sort of turned to, is management and reduction of false alarm, because false alarms create complacency, and when you get complacency, that's when people start thinking, oh, the fire alarm's going off, oh, it's going off again, it's not a real fire. Just remember, guys, a fire can start at any time of the day, and there's been quite a few fires in the news. I post a lot of them on LinkedIn, but a lot of them I don't either. There's lots of fires going on. We've had the Liverpool Echo Arena car park fire, 1,400 cars. Blimey, I cannot believe that is utter madness. The photos as well, absolutely horrendous. And obviously we had the Manchester fire where fortunately nobody died. I think some people were injured. The fire and rescue team do a fantastic job. So that, that's absolutely great to hear that, it wasn't worse than what it was. But I do still feel for obviously all the victims of the fire. It's ruined homes. It's terrible. That's what I've got to remember. Why I'm doing this. And when you're a fire alarm engineer, you just got to remember why you're doing it. Why are you installing detection? When you start this career, unless you've actually witnessed a fire and what it can do, it hits reality when you actually see that. And I deal with quite a few fires a year. I just want to do a couple of shout outs. Recently I said that some people have been remaking the intro of my videos, so a couple of you have made them on your YouTube channels. Some people have sent them to me, but just a shout out to Cole from videos of CCTV and fire alarms. He's done a little intro and he's called it Bootleg Dan's the Engineer. And also Connor from NACA Fire and Security on his YouTube channel. He's done the same thing, and for some reason he headbutts the panel. I mean, I've never done that, but fair enough, it's quite funny. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.